So real quick, I played a bunch of beta today. I had some problems with the stream. Camera keeps focusing here. Had some problems with the stream when I first started off. Tried like 3 different times. Was getting a lot of frame drops. Not on the stream, but frame drops in the game. So it wasn't running at 60 FPS. This made timings very difficult, and it just made it overall difficult to play. So in frustration, I turned off the stream after about 3 attempts. Decided to play for an hour. I did record that. I should have it up shortly after this video. Probably actually it's going on the back of this video, but I'll at least explain a little bit more what's going on. So Friday night, the beta came on early. I wasn't expecting that. I was actually working, but I did get a bunch of my work done, so I had some time. Wasn't able to stream during that time because I'm also kind of on call, so if something comes across, I have to answer it, and I didn't want to be on stream while that was going on if something would come up. So I did get a chance to play during that time. Kind of went through the roster. Played a bunch of the different characters. Not a bunch of the different. I played all of them. I think I decided that on my bottom. Actually, I'll just do a really quick count for you guys. Bring this up. So bottom is Dahalsm. I like Dahalsm for in Street Fighter 4. A lot of fun. Had a good time with him, but I don't like him in Street Fighter 5. I just don't like what his buttons are. I think he's better in Street Fighter 5. I think he's got a better chance of doing well. It's just it's just not for me. Nakali was next in line. He's a little too bland for my taste. I did try to do a bunch of his combos and everything, and I was hitting him, but I didn't really care for him as much. There are ways to open people up with Nakali. Like I didn't think so before, but right now I'm not really jazzed about it. So I keep rubbing my face and stuff because I'm just like I'm tired and ready to go to bed. So Nash is also on the bottom. He moves kind of like in a jerky way, and to me it didn't feel good. So Ryu's next. I've never liked Ryu as a character, but I know how important he is to fundamentals. But I feel that since I'm being able to start from the beginning of the game, I don't have to rely on that to learn him first this time around, like I would have for Street Fighter 4. So that's fine. Zangief is a lot further down my I'm moving my way up the list here. So Zangief's a little further down my list. I wouldn't have expected him to be down that far, but it is. He's really good. He can definitely pub stomp, so you can kind of get through a lot of the easier people, but I don't think it necessarily makes him good, and you have to really kind of learn his footsies at that point. And I think there's a lot of traps that I can fall into, so that's why I'm not doing it. Vega is a character I always wanted to play. Like him that he's not charge. However, the additional not claw is a little extra that I really don't want to deal with right now for our first character, first main. So I'm kind of leaving him off. Hi, Francis. Hi, buddy. Francis didn't like him either, so that's why he's off the line. Ken is next. I like his fast pace. Playing Ken kind of made me realize that I wanted something just a little bit faster paced than normal, but Ken wasn't it. He's a little he still is very different from Ryu. Like they really have separated them out very well, but he's close enough that no. Laura's kind of a neat character. I think she would be as far down the list as Nakali if she had like some very interesting things going on. A little bit more mix up. Definitely some nice setups with the fireball or the lightning bolt or whatever they call it, but it just wasn't quite there to be up top for me. Then Armika, she was definitely fun to play, but I have a feeling she's going to have some really bad matchups. Like, she can really do well, but you know what she's doing? She's really easy to punish, or it feels like she could be really easy to punish, so I didn't really care for that. But I definitely like her as a grappler more than Zangief. Then come Cammy. I like Cammy better as a rushdown character than Ken. She's a little bit more simplistic, but in her simplicity, I think she's very effective. She does a lot of damage when she gets in, and she has a lot of different avenues to get in. Funny thing is, I have not seen a lot of Cammies. I've probably seen 1 or 2 on Friday, and yesterday, I didn't see a single one. Or not yesterday, I mean tonight. I don't think I ran into a single one. Yeah, not a single Cammy. Don't know. Maybe they're playing at the higher levels. Maybe they got through the high levels first, because I'm still playing the low levels. I'm around 1,000 league points right now. I'm hovering around there, so Maybe just all the camis just went up through the roof. Who knows? Bison feels good. You can play him a couple different ways, and I've seen him played a couple different ways. You can play him very rush down. You can play him very lame. Uh, so that's kind of neat. But just wasn't quite as good as the other characters on top of the list for me for feel. Kareen, now we're kind of getting more in style. Really great footsies. Her mix-up game's really cool, but her mix-up game's very easy. Like, there's a lot of traps, beginner traps with Kareen, because you can do the overhead and the low, and if you're doing it from like mid to full screen, you're just gonna get punished for it. And I think there's a lot of traps for that character. That's the reason why I didn't go for Kareen. But I do think that she's definitely in my style, in my wheelhouse as far as what I like. Birdie, Birdie's awesome. The problem with Birdie is he's very read based. I feel like a lot of his moves, they're slow to come out, but if they hit hard. And he's got really long normals. So I think maybe down the line he'd be a good character for me once I can kind of develop what characters are doing a little bit more to have better reads. Also, I think he'd be better for like best of threes, best of fives for me when I can make good reads against people, but not online. I don't think he's going to fit an online style for me. So, but I do like him better than everybody else on the list so far. Rashid was a surprise to me. He's just a lot of fun. Like he's a lot of fun. He has some really good setups. He can come at you from different angles. I think his combos, at least his like basic combos, are very easy to pull off. I think you could fall into some traps with him by just throwing stuff out there. But then again, like the eagle, I don't know what they call it, eagle something, but it's the kick is really good. You get a lot of good rush down. You can do kind of a spinning mixer right off, and the eagle off the kick, the kick there off just dashes, which is pretty neat. It's a neat characteristic. So I was really surprised by Rashid, and I almost made him my main, but I could tell that because of some traps that he has, it's really going to cause me some grief if I started with him. So I think, again, it's a character maybe I can do better with later, but not a character I should start right now. So that leaves Chun-Li. Chun-Li is a character I've played the most. I've probably been playing her for the last 5 hours, 6 hours. I don't know. I don't even remember when I put up the stream. It was probably around, I think I recorded between 5 and 6, put up the stream again for another hour. Did get the stream working. I'll get to that in a minute, but then I played her for like another stream for an hour and then played her for like another 3-4 hours. Just couldn't stop playing her. She's a lot of fun. Her footsies are incredible. I think Koreans is really good too, and Cammy's is really good too. But there's a lot of cool toolbox things that Chun-Li has that I think is kind of neat. And she's got a lot of different things to work on, but they're not traps. They're not like beginner traps. They're not things that you're gonna like crutch on and then end up being really bad. Like the overhead. All Kareen's moves got ridiculously long names, and I haven't learned them yet. But the overhead that you can go into low or you can go into a throw, which I think hits high or something. Yeah, I think it's overhead and then high again. But that move can really get you trapped and put a really bad trap on you. It's like doing the good way to explain it is counter spire for counter spire for T-Hawk in Street Fighter 4. It's just really easy to hit. So I was able to stream for an hour after I fixed some stuff. What I had to do is I had to change the bit rate on both my camera and on the video. I changed the bit rate on the encoding, but the video itself was still set to 1080p, so I brought that down to 720, brought down the camera to 720. The bit rate was already at the right spot, and then after that, didn't have any more FPS drops. So hopefully we'll be able to stream. Unfortunately, it was like an hour in, and all of a sudden I started dropping frames like a mother. Checked all my equipment, and it turned out that there was something wacky going on with Time Warner. Basically my throughput tanked even after reboots of machines and stuff like that. So hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit more stable. I do plan to stream the whole day. And really, my plan changed a lot. I think I'm just playing Chun-Li all day. I think that is my main. I think for sure it's my main. The only possible chance that that changes is if Fang comes up. Fang comes up on the beta sometime before the end of the day tomorrow. I get a chance to play him, and I end up liking him way more than Chun-Li. But I think for right now, that is my main. So, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think she's a great fundamental footsie character in a game that really places a lot of stock on footsies. And then adding, I think the thing I really got to get down with her is her punishes, and not just, just really good whip punishes. And she has them. It's just a matter of executing them. I am hitting like the beginnings of it. Like I get them every once in a while. So there's a couple off of crouching heavy punch. So I've been trying to use crouching heavy punch for certain whip punches for very slow moves like miss sweeps and stuff like that. But a lot of time, medium crouching medium kick is the one I hit the most. And really, the best thing you can do out of that is medium spinning bird kick. But the problem I'm having with that is that I may hit the medium kick, no problem, but I didn't have enough charge to actually hit the spinning bird kick. So I'm having a problem identifying when I have charge and when I don't have charge. Because when I don't have charge, then I can go into something like heavy legs to do something like that. Or I could go into a very similar thing that you do with crouching heavy kick, which is go to light legs, follow up with a crouching light punch, and then do a light spinning bird kick or light legs. That might also work, but so I've been having some problems hitting that and getting full damage on that. My anti-airs are still needing work, and I think just basic hit confirm off of lights I'm having some problems with. I am able to hit critical arts very well, not just ripping them out, but one of the main ways I've been hitting it is heavy punch into V trigger, into crouching heavy punch, into light legs, into super. There's a better way to do that. Like you can actually get more damage out of it. I think if I remember correctly, is after the light legs, going to crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick, and then off the crouching medium kick do super off of that. I think you get more damage out of that even with this scaling, but right now I think maybe at the crunchy medium kick you can do legs because at that point the scaling is already at the bottom that you can get. So. But I've been hitting it very successfully off of that kind of shortened version. You could also kind of get off a medium kick into light legs into super, but the hit confirm is a lot harder. Like you have a much shorter window. So I've been really using more of the heavy punch into trigger into heavy punch trigger. Crouching medium, crouching heavy punch. One last time. Standing heavy punch, V trigger, crouching heavy punch, light legs, super. That's what I've been using to get in the critical art. It seems to be working. Does decent damage. It's great to close out the second round with. I've used it as a catch-up mechanic too. But the one thing I've noticed a lot is a lot of people are ripping are like waking up critical arts and stuff like that, and it's really bad because you don't have ultra. Ultra, you had a different bar. It wasn't your EX bar, and now you're spending everything. It's very analogous to what Mortal Kombat did with X-rays. A lot of people were holding all their stuff and then X-raying. When you're in the lower levels, but when you get in the higher levels, it's actually better to hit your combos and use your EX moves and get like 40 to 50% damage on your combos, which actually did more than the X-rays. So, very similar thing. Plus, you're using up your bars. You're using up all your bars. So the next round, so say you come out of it, okay, you end up stealing a round. The next round, I'm probably going to have a full stick of butter, and you're going to have no critical art. And I actually had a couple of games that went that way, and all of a sudden, I've just basically destroyed them because they don't have bar, and I do my critical art confirmed into it, and all of a sudden, I'm just way ahead, and they have no catch up at all, unless they just end up outplaying me for a while. But I'm just so far ahead. With Chun-Li, you can play pretty lame at that point, and then they make mistakes, and that's it. So, anyway, definitely enjoying her. going to continue to play her. That's going to be tomorrow. Hopefully, again, my internet holds up. If not, I'm going to have to make some calls to Time Warner and say, hey, stop sucking, and see what happens. But other than that, we're good to go. I'm going to be posting the video I did after my stream failed the first 3 times. And I did like a video for an hour, and then I was able to stream for another hour. So it's going to be kind of that beginning part where I was really doing bad, but then starting to kind of pick up some speed, where I was starting to hit some anti-airs, starting to get punishes down, trying to get my spacing, and it really made a difference, and I really started moving up and up. I'm definitely plateaued right now because people are doing some silly stuff, like just like I said, like ripping critical arts and stuff like that, and I'm not compensating for it, or they're just hitting unsafe buttons, but they're continually hitting buttons, so I'm just not whiff punishing properly, and if I do get the initial whiff punishing, I'm not converting it into enough damage. Once I'm able to start doing that, I think I'll start moving up from the current plateau I'm on. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that tomorrow. Also, I think today it really kind of changed the way I'm going to be doing. I think Street Fighter 5 when it comes out again. This does not include Fang. If I do, if I do really well with him, I'm gonna end up picking him up over Chun-Li. But those will be my 2 main at that point. But I think until I get into a status where I really want to start learning matchups, like I'm hitting all my fundamentals and hitting them all the time. I think I'm gonna wait to move into what I was talking about doing, like all the characters and stuff. I think I'm just gonna stick with Chun-Li and really work on her. It's the first time where I'm like, here's a character, I'm really loving the character. All I want to do is play that character. I don't want to stop doing that. I just want to keep playing the characters. So I think that's what I'm gonna do when the game comes out. It's gonna be Chun-Li. That's what the stream's gonna be. It's gonna be me playing Chun-Li. I'll go through story mode and everything else. I might do other stuff depending on here's like kind of daily stuff for fight money. So I might do other things so I can be able to earn the extra fight money that comes out every day, or however they set that up. But outside of that, then I'll just be doing probably Chun-Li fights. So that's kind of the new plan. I know I keep changing plans, but I really did not expect to be this hyped about a character. So this is really exciting to me, and I definitely want to keep that excitement going by continuing to play her. So and that's it. So I'm going to post this, and then I'll upload the other video. Like I said, it's about an hour. And then I'm hoping to start the stream by 12, but I might start earlier depending on how things go. I got some things to do in the morning first. So if I get those done early, I might start the stream early. So I will have... soon I'll have all the Twitters and everything else up, so if I go live, you guys can watch. You know about it. I'm not going to probably post it here on YouTube unless it does it for me, which I don't think it does for YouTube, so that's it. I'll do another one of these videos, I think, after at the end of the day tomorrow, just kind of my final thoughts on the beta, and in case anything else changes. And that's it. So thanks everyone. I'll catch you guys next time.